The best in poker news, entertainment, and more. This is the Hoke Show.
All right, everybody, how we doing? We are live. Good morning, Hollywood. It's the Hoke Show here at the Seminole Hard Rock and Roll Poker Open here in Hollywood, Florida. Nate Dowland, co-host on the Hoke Show and KLEV, joining me today. What's up, brother?
What's going on, man? It's freaking cold here in Las Vegas, and you're enjoying yourself in the fabulous sun of Florida. That's horrible.
Oh, sorry.
I got to get on a plane.
Sorry.
I got to get out of this cold weather. I moved here to get out of cold weather.
Yeah.
And now 8 years later, I'm complaining that it's like 50, even though in like northern Michigan, where I'm from, it's snowing. And
I'm very sorry.
Yeah.
Yep, I dodged that bullet, didn't I?
You sure did. Lucky guy.
I just ducked right out of there. Yeah, so I could go from hotel room to ballroom and back. I'm going to go outside sometime. I promise everybody at some point I will
go
step
get
outside
sunburnt, Mark.
I'm not going to get sunburned.
Go get some sand in your belly button, roll around in the sand or something. Have some fun.
I don't want sand in my belly button. Are you kidding me?
Go have some fun, dude. Just let it go.
At some point. We do get 2 days off Thanksgiving and the day before, so I'll have a chance to kind of take a breather here. But, yeah, big day yesterday / this morning. Even though I keep saying this morning, even though it's the afternoon, here at Seminole Hard Rock at the Rock and Roll Poker Open. We just crowned the seniors champion. The guys decided they had an 11 o'clock cutoff last night and decided they wanted to come back. So they wrapped that up today, and kind of a stunner here.
Go figure. The old guys wanted to go home and go to sleep.
Well, actually, it's a funny story because they had only one player wanted to come back today. The others wanted to play it out, but of course, you get one player that disagrees, and off you go. So they went home, and then last night we had the $1,100 six max that was playing, and of course, play is supposed to stop at 3 o'clock unless there's a final table and the players consent. They are heads up. They were heads up, and Angel Vu decided to pull the plug on that and come back today. So they are getting ready to fire it up right now. Actually, heads up for that title. There's like $37,000, I believe, or $31,000 for first place on that one. So those two are getting ready. Is her and Darren Stabinski. And Angel Vu, of course, was the player of the year for the Seminole Hard Rock Series around Florida last year. She wrapped that up here last time we were down. So she is trying to capture her first championship.
And that's a seniors title, huh?
Well, that's not a seniors title. That's the Six Max.
Oh, okay, the Six Max. Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, Bruce McDonald just won the seniors event. Those guys just chopped it up, and Bruce is the winner. But it was I'll tell you what a wild table that was. Had a guy in there that came to the final table with over 400,000 chips, which was about 42 or 43% of the chips in play. He ended up finishing fifth today.
Oh.
He came in, started the day off around 240 with the next guy around 170. They managed to chip him down a little bit, and he ends up in fifth place. So kind of a tough run there. And the funny part was that there were repeated offers last night to chop it up and give him the championship. He wasn't the one that turned it down, but one player stood in the way of that chop, and ironically, between that and just running into trouble, cost him the title. So a pretty wild seniors event. The guys were playing well last night too. I was pretty impressed.
Without knowing the hands, I'm not going to judge it, but I mean, you can run into things. I mean, somebody shoves into you with like ace-5, and you look down at pocket jacks. What do you do?
Yeah,
I mean, sometimes you have no choice but to make calls, and you end up chipping people up, even though you start with the best hand. But you have to win races to win tournaments, and when you lose those major races, when there's 5 or 6 people left, I mean that hurts.
And he did. He lost just about every race. It was really interesting. A gentleman actually from Henderson was out here. I'm trying to find all the names on the slate, but the gentleman's name was George Miro, who lost that chip lead. But he went back and forth with one guy, and then Bruce McDonald clipped him a couple times, lost a race, and then got nailed with a straight. And then Miro today, big hand, had King Jack and against aces, but pre-flop the board came down with the King Jack, and Miro got the guy all in. I think it was McDonald. I'm just pulling the information now, but Miro flopped 2 pair, but then the board double paired with the 6. It was a King Jack 6 flop and the 6 paired, so of course 2 pair over 2 pair, and that was the big one that just about sealed Miro's fate. So could have gone either way on that, but George Miro finishing 5th in that one.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
I did the same thing yesterday. I flopped 2 pair and min bet, knowing the guy was going to shove. Sorry about that. Knowing the guy was going to shove, and if I bet, and I bet, and he turned over queens after he shoved, and I snap called him, and yeah, that was wrong.
Yeah, and we do have one player finished 4th in the seniors event, Yao Chun, who now has 2 top 5 finishes early on here in the Seminole Hard Rock Rock and Roll Poker Open Series already here. So pretty impressive for him, putting down 2 top 5 finishes. Not bad. So good work by him. I got to get that guy a Nicorette sponsorship, though. I swear to God, this is a really funny story. The first final table he was on here in the series, he actually this guy goes to take smoke breaks like no one I've ever seen in poker. I mean, it's unbelievable. And he actually had asked the first final table he was on to take a smoke break, or to take a bathroom break. For like
no, I did not.
Minutes.
My son's school called. Sorry about that.
Oh, I'm sorry. But yeah, so he ends up asking the table to stop to take a restroom break, and goes and smokes, and he's gone for another 5 minutes. So this guy is just amazing. By the way, Nate, I'm getting a little echo off you there. I don't know if you're.
I hear the echo also. That's odd.
Do you have your player on?
Nope, not at all.
Okay, I think it's gone now. So no, it's not.
Yeah, let me mute my mic and see if it's me.
All right. Well, so yeah, it definitely sounds like Nate Allen had a little. He might have his stream open. I'm not sure.
I definitely do not have a stream open.
Yeah, I don't know, but anyway.
Oh, so.
Yeah, so a pretty wild, but a wild finish on that one last night or today, and once again we got heads up for that 6 max title going on right now. Actually, a little bit of a light day here too. As Nate, I tell you what, you would love this 150 Donkament. I mean, event number.
Donkament.
I'm sorry, did I say that? No. It's event number 7, $150,000 guarantee, 150 buy-in, 6 starting flights, 3 per day, 3 yesterday, 3 today. So this first one kicked off at 11. This next one is starting at right around now, 3 p.m. So pretty interesting tournament there. A lot of action, a lot of noise. Everybody's having a good time in that one because they're just throwing $150 entries around like it's nobody's business.
Wish I could do that. You got a $30 rebuy today for a main event on here, and I can't get in it. Okay. That sucks.
Yeah, it does suck. But yeah, so but a pretty good day here at the Seminole Hard Rock and Roll Poker Open. And of course, if you want to follow everything going on the blog, Al, Kayleen, and me, little old me, taking care of the blog updates, just go to shrpo.com, and of course you want to follow us on social media or say hi at shrpo and hashtag shrpo to get in on all the action. Yeah. And come down here too. It's going to be fun. Nate, are you there? Did we lose you?
No, you didn't lose me.
Oh, okay.
My son's being sent home from school sick. So,
oh, I'm sorry.
And my car's broke down. So here they have the school district police drop them off.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, so I've got to step outside and meet
Okay.
the officer to drop my son off. And he's not in trouble.
You should make him do an extra lap.
I should. I'll be back in just a few minutes, Mark.
Okay, no problem. All right, so Nate Down will be back in just a second. Life gets in the way sometimes, doesn't it, kids? Coming up to next couple of days here, by the way, of course, so much more going on. On Wednesday, November 19th, we've got the 8-handed Big Stack No Limit Hold'em re-entry tournament, $30,000 guarantee, $350 entry on that. Kayleen, we should take the day off and play that. We're in. Done. And then on Thursday, this is an interesting name for this. The Deeper Stack No Limit Hold'em re-entry tournament, $500,000 guarantee on that one, too. Wow, $570. And you could be playing in a prize pool. It's going to be over $500,000. 2 starting flights on that, 1A and 1B at 11 and 6 on Thursday. Also on Thursday, the Big Stack PLO Omaha 8. Oh, Omaha 8. You guys might not see me on Thursday. I think I might bug out on that. Noon start on that, $300 buy-in there. So pretty good tournament coming up on that one. And then on Sunday will be the next main starting event, the Black Chip Bounty No Limit Hold'em re-entry event. Of course, everything leading up to our championship event here, $2 million guarantee. Championship No Limit Hold'em re-entry tournament, $3,500 buy-in. $2 million guarantee on that one. So it should be pretty cool. And also, of course, secondary events going on here as well, as we are looking at coming up the next few days. We've got a qualifier on, let's see, today, Turbo Championship qualifier, 1 and 10 are going to get in on that, $385 buy-in. The OE tournament, $250 buy-in. That is kicking off today as well. We also have an Event 9 qualifier. 1 and 5 are going to hop into that for the 570 Deeper Stack tournament. So a lot going on. But, of course, all roads leading to the main event. $2 million guaranteed, kids, on the big board. So a good time to come on down and enjoy yourself here at Seminole Hard Rock. So, of course, the big news going on right now, it is Angel Vu against Darren Stabinski for the $1,100 Six Max Championship, being played at a table just down the other side of the ballroom from us here in Media Row. So pretty exciting battle going on there. They were just about dead even going into this. Just a amazing back and forth, and a couple of big hands. We'll tell you about those right after I think we take a commercial break. We'll give Nate a chance to get back in here, and we'll talk some more news. Dan Coleman just seems to be the gift that keeps on giving. So stick around, everybody. We will be right back here on the Mark Hoke Show. Thanks for joining us.
PokerShop.com is your one-stop shop for all your poker and game room needs. PokerShop.com has you covered with an incredible variety of poker chips and supplies, top quality playing cards, plus gaming tables and room accessories, just like you'd find in your favorite casino. And if you're looking to spruce up your man cave, we offer a wide selection of decor options, from lighting to mirrors and portable bars to bub stools, to make your game room the one all your friends and family will be talking about. So for everything you need to make your game night a great night, go to www.pokershop.com and receive 10% off your purchase with the code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You supply your friends. We supply everything else. Live it. Love it. Pokershop.com.
I'm Dutch Boyd, two-time WSOP bracelet winner, and I want to share my story with you. 12 years as a pro has taught me a lot. For the last year, I've boiled it all down into a tell-all book, 90,000 words. In Poker Tilt, I take you on my journey through all the ups and downs that poker has to offer, all the manic highs and hellish lows of every bad beat and lucky draw. So go to www.pokertilt.com to read more, or just go buy the new book on Amazon or Kindle right now, pokertilt.com. I guarantee you'll enjoy the ride.
It's time for you to check out RogueWire.com. News, sports, entertainment, and the internet home of The Mark Hoke Show. Don't wait. Let the sparks fly from your computer at RogueWire.com. And of course, RogueWire.com is powered by BlueRail.net. For over 2 years, The Mark Hoke Show has trusted BlueRail.net as their exclusive host, and you can too. Visit BlueRail.net for top-level web hosting, website building and maintenance, one-on-one customer service, and much more. It's time to get on board with your winning combination. BlueRail.net, and RogueWire.com. How far do you want to go?
There's nothing better than sitting down to play poker with good friends and cutting loose. And that's what you're going to find when you tune in to Poker Night in America. Poker Night in America is revolutionizing televised poker in a big way. With all the action you love and the hilarious fun you've been missing. Come take a seat at the table with all your favorite players, old and new, with Poker Night in America. Sunday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on CBS Sports Network. And don't forget to visit the show online at PokerNight.com. So pull up a chair and join us Sundays on Poker Night in America.
Hi everyone, Mark here. If you're a poker player like me and looking for something different and exciting to play, you should give open-faced Chinese poker a shot. It has just the right mix of skill, luck, plus a huge dose of the fun factor we're all looking for. There's a reason open-faced Chinese poker has everyone from the recreational player to the top pros hooked on its thrills, action, and unique social interactions you won't find in Hold'em. An incredible game like this has got to be worth checking out. And it's easy to learn, especially by using the ABC Chinese Poker app. Download the ABC Chinese Poker app on iTunes today and find out what everyone's talking about. And if you have questions about the game, tweet at ABC Chinese Poker and they'll be glad to help you along. So join the open-faced Chinese poker community today with the ABC Chinese Poker app, and we'll see you at the tables.
One man, his lucky shirt, an unforgettable night, and a winning streak that never seemed to end. That's how Blind Squirrel began, and we haven't looked back since. We make the clothes that we want to wear for the places where we want to look and feel our best. The game, the speakeasy, and the casino floor. Blind Squirrel's small batch, high-quality gear is for people too busy grabbing life by the nuts to bother with crappy, ill-fitting clothing. Because like you, we prefer our nights long, our drinks strong, and our lucky shirt to be our most comfortable. So look good, be lucky, and visit BlindSquirrelApparel.com for your new favorite shirt. As an added bonus, you'll receive 20% off your purchase with the promo code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You can also pick up Blind Squirrel apparel at the Borgata in Atlantic City and in Las Vegas at all Missouri stores at Mandalay Bay, Monte Carlo, The Mirage, and MGM Grand. Look good and be lucky with Blind Squirrel Apparel.
The poker action never stops at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. We have millions of reasons for you to be a part of our 4th annual Seminole Hard Rock Rock and Roll Poker Open, November 13th through December 3rd. Time to go all in. Opening event starts November 13th with a $500,000 guaranteed prize pool. Play in any of the events leading up to the championship at the premier poker destination. The Seminole Hard Rock Rock and Roll Poker Open Championship begins November 28th through December 3rd with a guaranteed prize pool of $2 million. Final table of the championship will be live streamed by Poker Night in America and aired on CBS Sports. Space is limited. Visit shrpo.com or the poker room for registration and details. Only at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Hollywood. Must be 21 to play slots and table games and at least 18 to play live poker. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Then follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and like our Facebook page at The Mark Hoke Show for show news and outstanding poker content from around the world. Plus, enjoy the show anytime by subscribing to our podcasts on iTunes or at markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're even on your mobile phone at markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Thanks for listening and being a part of The Mark Hoke Show.
Now, let's return to the Mark Hoke Show.
The Mark Hoke Show.
Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
And we are back. Nate, are you back? See if Nate's back here yet. Nope, not yet. Well, I'm going to lead into this, but we have a champion, I guess. I think we're just going to go for it. Angel Vu, in a matter of about 15 minutes, has taken down the Six Max $1,100 buy-in tournament here. That is event number 5 on your scorecard, but number 1 in your hearts, as Angel Vu has won event 5. Did it in quick fashion. Apparently ran off a flush a little while ago and then just finished Stabinsky off. So one of the up-and-coming women's players in the game, and I'll say up-and-coming player, period. Angel Vu has won this championship and picks up a nice chunk of coin. I think around $31,000. So that quickly, 2 champions crowned here at the Seminole Hard Rock is, of course, Bruce McGregor winning the seniors event just a little while ago, probably about 40 minutes ago or so, and now Angel Vu has claimed Event 5 championship glory. She picked up the trophy, gave it a nice kiss, and hopefully we're going to try and get her over here to before the show is out. But big congratulations to her. And I'll tell you what a struggle that was last night. Those guys were playing 3-handed for hours, including 2 huge 3-way hands last night. We'll tell you about those here real quick because they were spectacular hands. We had Antonio Colon taking on Vu and Stabinski, with Colon on the short stack, Vu in the middle, and Stabinski leading the way. Colon went all in with 9s, Vu called with queens, or went all in with queens, and then Stabinski went with an ace-king to try and finish it off. Flop went jack 9-6, so Colon flopped the set. Deuce 3 to finish the handout. Colon tripled up. Vu stayed alive in that one. Got her stack knocked down about 140K. And Stabinski, of course, lost to Vu, so Vu managed to stay in there, pick up those chips. Vu had a couple of hands where she cracked aces and kings just a little bit before that, and then another wild 3-way hand which got Colon out of the tournament. Colon went all in, Vu went all in, and Stabinski tried it again. Once again with an ace-king. It was Colon with an ace-9, Vu with an ace-queen, Stabinski with an ace-king. Angel hit the flop and ended up tripling up on that. That got her back in the tournament. Colon was eliminated. So, and Stabinski just was sitting there rolling his eyes. He couldn't believe the bad luck he was having because he was just trying to put people away last night like crazy and couldn't do it. But, of course, that got us to heads up. Vu took the lead and apparently didn't, and does not look back. So Angel Vu is your champion here in this 6 max tournament. So big congratulations to her. And I know she is thrilled to death. A very popular victory here at the Seminole Hard Rock and Roll Poker Open. All right, still waiting. Nate, are you back yet? Let's see if Nate's back on the line. Not yet. Okay, it's taking care of some family business there. But wow, what a wild finish. So we're pretty much down to the Event 7 flights, which means we're going to get to have a nice slow afternoon. Just the blood flows quickly and fast here. Stab, done. That's how it goes here at the Seminole Hard Rock. All right, so Angel's getting her pictures taken over there. Hopefully we'll get to see her in a couple of minutes. Hey, there's some other poker news going on out there, too. We want to make sure we get to touch on that. So give me 1 second. We'll pull all our stuff up on that one. I'm gonna start with a couple winners we had yesterday outside of here at Seminole Hard Rock. First, want to congratulate John Bunch, who won the Heartland Poker Tour event at the Stratosphere, picks up $150,080. He beats Joey Brown heads up. Ryan LaPlante, our good friend, comes in third.
Oh, was that impressive for Ryan?
Yeah, so big congratulations to him.
His second biggest score, by the way.
Yep, so LaPlante comes in third, Gary Bolden in fourth, Paul McCaffrey in fifth on that one. So John Bunch is your Heartland Poker Tour champion. Boy, there's just champions all over the place here, Nate. We got champions everywhere. Everywhere. Another champion crowned out at Pittsburgh at Rivers. Phil Hellmuth wins the Pittsburgh Poker Open. Oh, God. How many times have I think Pittsburgh Poker, that's kind of a tough one. The Pittsburgh Poker Open $1,000 buy-in main event goes to Phil Hellmuth. Knocks off David ODB Baker to win that title. Joseph Cowden in third. Mac Lance finishing fourth. Derek Dempsey in fifth. And Michael Marzano finishing sixth. So Hellmuth was out there for the tapings, hops into this thing, and puts one on the board. His first major victory since 2012. So congratulations.
That doesn't mean he didn't run deep, though. He did get heads up with Ted Forrest in the 7-stud championship this year, or the Raz championship.
Yeah, but first win. So
Right.
So for a couple of years for Phil, so big congratulations to him. He'll pick up $54,414 and a little bit more ego as as he wins that championship.
I heard a rumor that Phil Hellmuth is going to be giving out an award this year at the American Poker Awards.
Oh, yeah? That doesn't surprise me.
To Dan Coleman.
for biggest backtrack in the history in 2014 in poker. Yeah, we're gonna talk about that too. We're waiting for Angel's cleaning things up over there, getting her stuff and her payout tickets and trophies squared away and the whole thing. So
she took her down, huh?
Yeah, you missed it. About 16 minutes, and Angel Vu put it away. So she's getting all settled in, and hopefully we'll get to talk to her before that goes. But, yeah, that was a nice lead-in, Nate, because we had another story as Dan Coleman. Yeah, there's a rule, Nate. You know this rule? This is a pretty good one. When you're in a hole, stop digging. Because and boy, did Dan Coleman.
All depends on how big you want to get yourself, man.
Oh, Dan Coleman just buried himself in a hole on this one.
Did he?
Yeah.
Do you think he buried himself a hole, or do you think it put him on a soapbox?
No, this part put him in a hole, no question about it. Because now, of course, Dan Coleman put up another post clarifying his comments. Right?
That's what they needed, was clarification.
Yeah. I thought that was pretty. I thought that was pretty clear what he said. You call somebody a spineless and a cancer. That's about how clear you can be. Well, so here's the new post from Dan. Maybe a bit too harsh. Not exactly a cancer to society. Boy, there's just backhanded slaps in this the whole way, but it definitely doesn't do us any good when people like him shamelessly self-promote and try to sell themselves to you. So there he goes. It's like, oh, he's not really cancer, but he's, I'm going to say the same thing again. Listen to 5 minutes of that podcast got me upset. Listening to prop himself up. Interview was definitely feeding the ball to him. It brought back the bitter taste I had in my mouth when he came on the stage after the one drop and actually said, congratulations, welcome to the poker world, kid. Never met him apart from that, but I'm sure he's an overall nice guy, just not really a fan of how he conducts himself. Well, then he kept going. All right. Then he posted, I understand I come off poorly attacking Phil the way I did. Let's agree that I was harsh and over the top and didn't do myself any favors. I'm happy to have a dive taken in my almighty site that shall not be named street cred, as long as we can focus some parts of the discussion on his overall behavior and his representing of Ultimate Bet. The media has rewarded him for his antics, where he is always belittling the other players and constant talking about how he is the greatest. I'm sure this has had a positive effect on his bank account, but I'm not willing to go to cheer him on as a savvy businessman for it. And here we go. If you're going to profit off being a classless, whiny brat, then there should be some repercussions, such as people calling a spade and telling it like it is, with hopes of putting enough pressure on the person to change their ways without isolating them further, which I may have done. And he kept going. As for his time at UB, if I was him, I don't know how I could live with myself being the face of a company whose owners were super using and stole millions from players and then shutting down and not paying out its users. I would love to have him come on 2+2 and answer questions about everything. Okay, and then he kept going.
He also admits to being a multi-counter.
Exactly, because one person suggested going back into Coleman's past, and then all of a sudden, I multi-accounted tournaments online when I was 17 or 18 with a me against the world mentality. I have made plenty of mistakes, but I know I am far from the person I once was. And then he kept going.
Yeah, because you've learned from so many of your mistakes, right?
And then he kept going. Look to the new main event champ Martin Jacobson. Unlike the last champ, he doesn't go around saying he's the best in the world after winning. So now Ryan Reese gets thrown under the bus.
But Jacobson right now is the best in the world, and Ryan Reese was currently the best in the world. They took down the main event. I mean, what else can they do to prove it?
Yeah, so he went on. So then he keeps going. He plays phenomenal poker and carries himself exceptionally well. so his peers are happy to do the talking for him. I think I can speak for any legitimate pro when I say that I want someone like Martin representing the game of poker to the casual fan over an obnoxious brat like Phil Hellmuth, who I think makes a complete mockery out of the game with his antics. Wow. That'll help.
Wow.
And not only that, takes a shot at Ryan Reese in there, too.
Why shoot at Ryan Reese? I mean, the kid's playing with everybody down at the Stratosphere here in fabulous Las Vegas and the HPT. I mean, really representing poker and the people that want to make something out of themselves in the game. I mean, he's giving them a reason to come and play. And that's horrible to throw Ryan under the bus like that when he's actually out here hustling. He's working like every grinder out here.
I mean, you're going to sit there and you say, well, I'm backing off the comments, and then you throw 2 more verbal jabs at Hellmuth in there, calling him names, and then you bang Ryan Reese too. Just unbelievable. I'm gonna volunteer right now. I'm looking straight in the camera and saying this. Dan, if you need a PR guy, if you need someone to guide you through the poker universe so people don't think you're a schmuck, I'm here, Dan. I'm reaching out to you, right? I'm reaching out to the camera, Nate.
So nobody thinks you're a schmuck, Mark?
Me? Oh, I'm sure there's people who think I'm a schmuck. But not as many as think Dan's a schmuck right now. But I can tell you one area that I am good at is public relations. So Dan, I promise you, here's what I'm going to do. You send me any post you want to make. Send it to me. I will read it, and then I'll throw it in the garbage can, and I'll write the one that you need to put up. Jesus. I don't know what this guy's thinking. I don't know what he's thinking. I mean, I want to I want to clarify a couple things too. I know I've been banging on him for a lot of stuff here lately, but when he was here, nice guy, was fun at the table. Everybody, they were all chit chatting and having a good time. Doesn't come off that way, at least at the poker table. But the inexcusable mistakes. I mean, Nate, all he had to do at the one drop, and this would have been fine, was give the Nuke Lelouch speech. You remember Bull Durham?
Yeah.
Okay, you remember when Crash Davis is on the bus giving Nuke the quotes? Happy to be here. God willing, everything's gonna go great. Sometimes sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, sometimes it rains. You remember that little lesson?
Yeah.
That all he had to do was the Nuke Lelouch. That's it. Hey, thanks to the World Series for putting on the one drop. Happy I could help out a good cause. Enjoyed the tournament. Congratulations to Daniel Negreanu for coming in second place. Honored to play against you and the rest of the guys in the field. Thanks. Have a nice day.
But no,
that's
not good enough.
Oh, I mean, I'm seriously putting my face palming right now. I'm just, wow. Boy, I tell you, and Ryan Reese is going to be steamed when he sees that too. He's going to, I tell him to you right now, he's going to be steamed.
Oh.
Welcome to the party, kids. Have a nice day. Anyway, yeah, so some other big stories going down here. Unreal. But like I said, 2 new champions crowned here at the Seminole Hard Rock Rock and Roll Poker Open.
We've interviewed a lot of champions, Mark.
Yes, we have.
And Angel Vu, congratulations.
On the board. So Angel's over, I believe, getting some coin right now. So
takes a minute to count that much money. How much you win?
Let me pull the exact number here for you. Give me 1 second. I know it's got to be up here somewhere. I think it was around 31,000 for that one. I think it was around like 89 entries, somewhere in that ballpark. Just give me one moment, and I'll see if I can see if we've got our championship post up on the big board yet. I know Al was working on that. Give me 1 second here, and no, I don't. The post isn't up yet. But the one for Bruce McGregor is, if you want to see our seniors champion, just go to shrpo.com and take a look at Bruce McGregor. He's got pictures of his grandkids he was telling me about last night. Really nice guy, and happy to see him win that championship. So Bruce McGregor picking up that title. And let's see, what did he win on that? We don't have the number on there. I forgot what the top prize was on that, but a seniors championship there, and Paul Balzano finishing third on that. Second place was Lawrence Bass. So congrats to all three of those guys. Great finish today as they win that title. And Angel Vu picking up the first prize was $30,671, $1,100 buy-in on that one for the Six Max. So Angel Vu, big winner. Darren Stabinsky picks up $17,952. By the way, she came in and said, "I'm not chopping."
Oh, nice!
She said, "I'm not chopping."
I absolutely love it. I'm not chopping.
Yeah, we've seen I think 3 or 4 of the events so far. We have seen a chop, so that's one of the few so far that we have not got that done. Al Can't Hang, by the way, is furiously working on his recap post for that event to go up on shrpo.com, so that should be up there any minute.
Dr. Rudy from the Big Ass Poker Team cashed again yesterday, just slightly over at Aria's 1 p.m. daily.
Oh, good for him. That's a
That's
winner. That goes up on Hendon Mob, too.
I'm sorry?
That goes up on Hendon Mob, too.
Yeah, it does.
There you go. By the way, we got some, this is kind of crazy. There's a lot of soccer going on today. And everybody knows how much I love soccer. Some thrillers. I'm looking at the big board right now. There's at least 9 notable international friendlies, as the kids like to call them. I don't know why they have to call it a friendly. 5 of them at the half are 0-0. That's scintillating.
Look, he kicked the ball. Oh, he kicked the ball. Oh, he kicked the ball.
Oh, that ball went off his head. But the USA and Ireland. Now, I will say this. I think that would be kind of fun to be at a USA-Ireland soccer match. The beer has to be flowing like crazy.
I'm sure.
The beer and the whiskey. I mean, because the Irish, I'm part Irish. We know how to drink. And Americans know how to drink. I mean, that's pretty obvious. So I think I was 1-1 at the half, if I remember right. So there you go. So a little soccer going on for you too. Oh man! But wow, Nate, what an action-packed week it's been here in poker. Of course, we had the World Championship, a new champion, Martin Jacobson, being crowned. By the way, it is Jacobson, just so everybody knows. He did clarify that on ESPN and to Andrew Feldman.
It's Jacobson?
It is Jacobson.
Jacobson?
No, you would have thought it had been Jakobsen or Jacobson or something like that,
Jacobson?
being from Sweden. But and I thought it was Jakobsen too, because Chad Holloway used Jakobsen. And when Chad Holloway says something, you're pretty much on it. But no, it is Jacobsen.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
he's liking to taking to the American pronunciation.
You betcha.
Because anywhere in his own country they pronounce
be like
it Jacobson.
Jakobsen, somewhere.
Jacobson, yeah.
Yeah, but so let's talk about Martin since of course just crowned that champion. We got a little bit of time here.
Why Dan Sindelar? He's already hit another major final table with the Harlem Poker Tour.
Yep, we mentioned that yesterday.
Sick, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean,
talk about some run good.
I'll tell you, and I want to. And yeah, we'll talk about Dan real quick and then get back to Martin. But that is a lot of credit to Dan Sindelar, because obviously, that whole experience has got to be so draining. You're waiting all that time. You get there, you play it out, you finish 7th, and you got to be a little bit down about not winning the tournament. But still, I mean, a lot of guys take some time off after that. Not him. I mean, hops right back in final tables of Heartland Poker Tour main event. So a lot of credit to Dan Sindelar for stepping up to the plate and continuing to play on right after getting knocked off the final table at the World Series of Poker main event. So pretty impressive for him there too. Big job, big run for him.
Felix Stevenson just had a request today for the Norwegian taxman came a calling for 50% of his winnings. Ouch!
I'll tell you what. Why
50%?
It's getting ridiculous. One thing that has been happening with Canadian players is when they come down here, any of their winnings they get tagged for 30%. It's ridiculous. I mean, how much these guys, I forgot who, I know there's one country that's taxing like 50 to 60 at least. Man, I would not live there. I'd be like, okay, fine. Goodbye.
I know a few players even like transferred everything here so that they didn't have to go back and pay taxes on it.
That's ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
$2 million. They deserve $2 million from his payday. Why?
I don't know. That's silly. That is just silly.
That's horrible.
Yeah, you got to feel for those guys. Well,
he's got $2 million to give up, I guess.
Not really. I don't think I don't think when you get in that spot, you really want to give that.
You know what? I want to be faced with the dilemma. Do I pay the $2 million, or do I go find a boat somewhere and just float?
I'll agree with that. That I will agree with. That's first world problems right there.
Yeah, I want that. I want that issue. Do I buy a 6-year supply of ramen noodles and get on a boat and just go?
Well, I don't know if I'd buy ramen noodles.
Well, you know what I mean. Just stock full of food and get going. But it has to be able to last. It can't spoil, Mark.
Just take that little boat, and just go down the coast. Yeah. Every coast you can, just up and down and up and down. Make a few stops along the way, Yeah. Yeah, that'd be all right.
Still have to worry about pirates, I guess.
We'll stay close to the coastline.
Yeah.
Pirates. Jesus.
What? There's pirates, Mark.
I know there's pirates.
Okay, all right. You do have to worry about pirates.
Well, now let's talk about Martin Jacobson first.
Speaking of pirates.
Oh yeah, of course, Martin, an amazing run through that final table. Was that one of the best final table performances you've seen in a long time? I know I was very impressed.
I was too. Absolutely. He was very patient. Wasn't trying to rush things. He didn't. He's seen other people's mistakes and was able to justify his play through watching all the mistakes that started off with Newhouse and how he played his tens versus the queens. He got to see a lot of things that made him make decisions. So he made proper decisions and got away with a mistake that almost cost him everything, but he came back and crushed it.
Yeah, he, to me, was the only guy on that table that was able to rebound from the mistake that he made. Everybody else, when they slipped up, they were, it started the downhill slope. And, but I think he made a correct point there because William Tonking was such a threat there. It was at that point when Tonking cleared out Newhouse and another player, Tonking was about tied with Jorrit Van Hoof. But I think that was a big hand in terms of information for everybody because it showed that Tonking was going to be stubborn and not get off hands. And, that ended up paying off in the end and, for Jacobson and everybody else. So huge. I mean, that is amazing. And, Jorrit Van Hoof, I think two things that he did was, number one, showed...
Greased his hair.
That he did that too. But one thing I think showed a lot of class. Did a fantastic interview after he was eliminated, and really showed a lot of people what what you should be doing and how you should behave when it comes to dealing with the press and and when you lose, how you be classy. Tonking was a little bit grumpy, but he's a New Jersey guy, so we understand that. But the other thing that Van Hoof did, had a great team over there helping him out and, putting up spreadsheets and tracking all the hands. We saw that with Dutch Boyd when he won his bracelet that if, some of the guys were really, doing a great job feeding Dutch information where, and that really paid off when they got three-handed and, Dutch made a call that he might not have normally made without that information because of the live stream. So, Van Hoof's team did a fantastic job. Just unfortunately he couldn't hang on and win. But, really I think set a precedent for what you should be doing when you're on the rail and putting a team together to help you out there and how important that is.
It's a huge importance. And I was surprised to see Papa Constantino actually tweeted 3 hours before the event saying, I don't have anybody lined up to like watch this stuff and let me know what it is. So if you're not available, or if you're available to help me tonight, please help.
Yeah.
Like 3 hours before the main event. How do you not already have that lined up? when
you got to
your
remember
friend was
too, this was a new situation for him. Obviously, he was a former world foosball champion, but you kind of surprised nobody got in his ear about it. But at the same time, that's a little bit of a rookie mistake there. So, what are you going to do? But but he was a big winner that day too. We're going to get him on the show sometime. But you guys probably know him as Pappas. The Papa Constantino. They had. He goes by about 4,000 names.
Who'd they write the check to?
Yeah, exactly. But a great run for him, too, and really won a lot of people's hearts and got a little Yoshi action going there. Yay!
Yeah, everything goes good for gamers.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, so,
talk about a live stream, though. I mean, he really was like the underdog that everybody could root for.
Yeah, and, I think it was... one thing that was very interesting, talking about having crowd support there, it's really important when you get to that World Series to try and pack that room because, that's going to keep you going when times get tough.
Did you were down there when it happened, so tell me how you felt when they started chanting USA. Did it sound like an angry USA, like, no, we're going to be louder, we're going to be stronger? Was it kind of an angry USA?
It did get to be an angry USA. Tonking's team did not appreciate when the Brazilians were doing chants during the hands. They were very upset about it. This Tonking was in the tank for a little bit in one hand, and the Brazilians just wouldn't shut up. And Jack Effel was trying to say tell him to shut up as nicely as he could. But they took umbrage to that, and that started a little battle in the room between those two fan bases. And Tonking actually had a lot more people there. So
it was easier to get to.
Yeah, so it got a little bit nuts in that room, but yeah, there was some definite hostility there because of the Brazilians doing what they did. So
I was upstairs, and I'm like, wow, I'm kind of glad I'm not down there right now because I'd probably be like screaming my brains out.
Yeah, it was a pretty wild scene down there, but yeah, Billy Pappas' crew did a great job picking him up because I know he was playing. Admitted he was playing badly, was really down. You could see him slumped on the table, and then his fans started cheering him up and getting him going. And, once that, and they really seemed to snap him back, and then he made that run to at least get to fifth, but he was in big trouble then. So, one thing to keep in mind, I think, for everybody is, get as many people as you can down there. And even if you got to find a few, have a friend in Vegas, go out and line some people up and give them some free shirts or something. Get the
showers first and then shirts.
give them $20 in a wristband and say, "Hey, get in here and cheer for me." I mean, it's very underrated how big that factor is.
It's huge. Yeah. It's huge when there's people around you. I've had the experience. I only had one person with me at my TV final table in 2006, and it was tough listening to everybody else. There was two other locals there that were getting a lot of cheers, and it's tough going up against that.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, hey, speaking of cheers, we got to take a commercial break.
Oh, cheers.
Yeah, so let's step back, take one more break, and we'll get ready to wrap up our show here on Tuesday live from the Seminole Hard Rock and Roll Poker Open. And once again, congratulations to Bruce McGregor and Angel Vu, two new champions crowned here during showtime. So big congrats to those guys. Stick around, everybody. We will be right back. Hi everyone, Mark here. If you're a poker player like me and looking for something different and exciting to play, you should give open-faced Chinese poker a shot. It has just the right mix of skill, luck, plus a huge dose of the fun factor we're all looking for. There's a reason open-faced Chinese poker has everyone from the recreational player to the top pros hooked on its thrills, action, and unique social interactions you won't find in Hold'em. An incredible game like this has got to be worth checking out. And it's easy to learn, especially by using the ABC Chinese Poker app. Download the ABC Chinese Poker app on iTunes today and find out what everyone's talking about. And if you have questions about the game, tweet at ABC Chinese Poker and they'll be glad to help you along. So join the open-faced Chinese poker community today with the ABC Chinese Poker app, and we'll see you at the tables.
One man, his lucky shirt, an unforgettable night, and a winning streak that never seemed to end. That's how Blind Squirrel began, and we haven't looked back since. We make the clothes that we want to wear for the places where we want to look and feel our best. The game, the speakeasy, and the casino floor. Blind Squirrel's small batch, high-quality gear is for people too busy grabbing life by the nuts to bother with crappy, ill-fitting clothing. Because like you, we prefer our nights long, our drinks strong, and our lucky shirt to be our most comfortable. So look good, be lucky, and visit blindsquirrelapparel.com for your new favorite shirt. As an added bonus, you'll receive 20% off your purchase with the promo code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You can also pick up Blind Squirrel apparel at the Borgata in Atlantic City and in Las Vegas at all Masura stores at Mandalay Bay, Monte Carlo, The Mirage, and MGM Grand. Look good and be lucky with Blind Squirrel apparel.
The poker action never stops at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. We have millions of reasons for you to be a part of our 4th annual Seminole Hard Rock Rock and Roll Poker Open, November 13th through December 3rd. Time to go all in. Opening event starts November 13th with a $500,000 guaranteed prize pool. Play in any of the events leading up to the championship at the premier poker destination. The Seminole Hard Rock Rock and Roll Poker Open Championship begins November 28th through December 3rd with a guaranteed prize pool of $2 million. Final table of the championship will be live streamed by Poker Night in America and aired on CBS Sports. Space is limited. Visit shrpo.com or the poker room for registration and details. Only at Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino Hollywood. Must be 21 to play slots and table games and at least 18 to play live poker. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem, please call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
I'm Dutch Boyd, two-time WSOP bracelet winner, and I want to share my story with you. 12 years as a pro has taught me a lot. For the last year, I've boiled it all down into a tell-all book, 90,000 words. In Poker Tilt, I take you on my journey through all the ups and downs that poker has to offer, all the manic highs and hellish lows of every bad beat and lucky draw. So go to www.pokertilt.com to read more, or just go buy the new book on Amazon or Kindle. Right now, pokertilt.com. I guarantee you'll enjoy the ride.
It's time for you to check out RogueWire.com. News, sports, entertainment, and the internet home of The Mark Hoke Show. Don't wait. Let the sparks fly from your computer at RogueWire.com. And of course, RogueWire.com is powered by BlueRail.net. For over 2 years, The Mark Hoke Show has trusted BlueRail.net as their exclusive host, and you can too. Visit BlueRail.net for top-level web hosting, website building and maintenance, one-on-one customer service, and much more. It's time to get on board with your winning combination, BlueRail.net and RogueWire.com. How far do you want to go?
There's nothing better than sitting down to play poker with good friends and cutting loose. And that's what you're going to find when you tune in to Poker Night in America. Poker Night in America is revolutionizing televised poker in a big way. With all the action you love and the hilarious fun you've been missing. Come take a seat at the table with all your favorite players, old and new, with Poker Night in America. Sunday nights, 10 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Pacific on CBS Sports Network. And don't forget to visit the show online at pokernight.com. So pull up a chair and join us Sundays on Poker Night in America. PokerShop.com is your one-stop shop for all your poker and game room needs. PokerShop.com has you covered with an incredible variety of poker chips and supplies, top-quality playing cards, plus gaming tables and room accessories, just like you'd find in your favorite casino. And if you're looking to spruce up your man cave, we offer a wide selection of decor options, from lighting to mirrors and portable bars to bub stools, to make your game room the one all your friends and family will be talking about. So for everything you need to make your game night a great night, go to www.pokershop.com and receive 10% off your purchase with the code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You supply your friends, we supply everything else. Live it, love it. PokerShop.com.
Want more of The Mark Hoke Show? Then follow us on Twitter at Mark Hoke Show and like our Facebook page at The Mark Hoke Show for show news and outstanding poker content from around the world. Plus, enjoy the show anytime by subscribing to our podcasts on iTunes or at markhokeshow.podbean.com. We're even on your mobile phone at markhokeshow.podbean.com/mobile. Thanks for listening and being a part of The Mark Hoke Show.
This is the Mark Hoke Show.
The Mark Hoke Show.
Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
Hey, and we're back live at Seminole Hard Rock Rock and Roll Poker Open. Yeah! Lots of money getting dished out. Trophies passed around all over the place. It's like taking candy from a baby down here. Having a great time. Of course, follow the blog, shrpo.com. Twitter at SHRPO, hashtag SHRPO. Is that some marketing, Nate? Nate down along for the ride. Nate, first host on our KLAV show on KLAV1230am.com. Coming up tomorrow, by the way, at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Poker News and superstar syndicated columnist and World Series of Poker bracelet winner. Man, I'll tell you what, his business card is pretty big right now. Extra charge for the print. Chad Holloway will be joining us on the show, so looking forward to having Chad giving us a call and saying hi while he's I don't know where he is right now. I lost track. I think he's back.
I think he's getting ready to go to the Denver game. He was doing a Mid-States Poker Tour event.
Boy,
and then he's getting ready to go to Mile High Stadium.
Did he look fuzzy in that picture that he posted for the Green Bay game where my Eagles got destroyed?
Yeah.
He had all sorts of fuzzy stuff on out there with his niece. But, yeah, so Chad Holloway's going to be joining. Always a pleasure to have Chad on the show, so looking forward to that. Also, don't forget, by the way, down here at Seminole Hard Rock, Poker Night in America. They're doing tapings down here on December 1st and 2nd. May have an extra one going in there, too, but we'll be covering those tapings for you, including the Ladies' Night, the first ever all-ladies cash game. Televised will be taped down here on December 2nd. We'll be covering that for you on the 1st and 2nd, so looking forward to that.
From zombies to hotties, huh?
Yeah, so we're going to have a little grindette action going on here. Of course, Jen Shahadi was on the show they just taped at Rivers in Pittsburgh, and now we're going to have Katie Stone and Jamie Kerstetter on the big board, so looking forward to that. So check that out, and of course also you can follow the Grindettes at Grindettes on Twitter and the Grindettes on Facebook, and say hi to them at grindettes.com. Pretty exciting.
Always fun ladies to talk to.
Yeah, and of course don't forget to watch Poker Night in America Sunday nights on CBS Sports Network, 10 p.m. Eastern. Back-to-back half-hour episodes for you. So check that out. All sorts of great stuff going on with the Poker Night in America kids. Oh, wow.
Good timing. That's right after the big-ass poker show. On Wednesdays. Oh, no, that's Wednesdays. That's Sundays.
No, that's Wednesdays. Good try, Nate.
Yeah.
You were close.
Yeah.
You were only 3 days off.
Yeah, that's because you started off with whoa.
Yeah, I bobbled it, so it's perfect. There's so much going on with the Mark Hoke Show. It's unfreaking believable.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
There's always good news.
Always a pleasure. And got to thank you and Joe Payne for your contributions on the show. You guys do a great job, so thank you so much for all you do for the show, my friend.
Well, thank you for all your help. And I mean, you do a lot.
I try. I do my best. Speaking of some people doing a lot, by the way, we also want to make sure to say hi to some of our great sponsors on the show, because I tell you what, it's getting close to Christmas time, right?
And Mark Hoke is going to be Santa Claus this year.
No, I'm not being Santa Claus, but I will bring you some presents, because a lot of our sponsors have some great deals for you. First, ABC Chinese Poker, that great app. I'll tell you what, if you want to get somebody a great game to play and something that they are going to really enjoy, have them download the ABC Chinese Poker app on your smartphone, on your iPad, computer, whatever. ABC Chinese Poker, play some open-faced Chinese. And we're going to start a tip segment on the show here pretty soon as we can get that all situated. Been a little crazy down here in Florida, but we're going to put all that together. So Nikolai and the team just did a brand new update on the app, so check it out at abcchinesepoker.com. It's the number one open-faced Chinese poker app out there, and you're going to love it at abcchinesepoker.com, or just search it in your app store. Now, pokershop.com, Nate Dowland. Good stuff there. Any poker supplies you need, from cut cards, decks, furniture, tables, chips. My God, if you don't shop at pokershop.com, you are a fool, my friend.
They've got it all.
They do have it all. And we've got a 10% off code for you with the code HOKE, Hoke. So get over there to pokershop.com and pick up some great products with those guys. They got the chem cards, by the way. I could use another couple of sets. Just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind for a Christmas present. I love chem cards. They're my favorites. Good stuff. Bridge size, please.
I need some RFID cards.
Oh, they're coming soon, too. We have the Blind Squirrel Apparel. Make sure you go to blindsquirrelapparel.com. 20% off with the code HOKE. Look good and be lucky. And you're going to be darn sexy in their stuff, too. You're going to love it. Blindsquirelapparel.com. We also have our good friend Dutch Boyd with the Poker Tilt book.
That's the best book I've ever read.
Definitely one of the best poker books out there. Check it out at pokertilt.com. You can pick it up on Amazon. You can get it for your Kindle. I know Dutch has it, at least for a while there. I don't know if they're still doing it, but a really cheap deal on that. So check it out at pokertilt.com. Joe Payne has got that Nevada Poker League rolling out there. I think up to 18 locations now, I believe, in Las Vegas.
They're
poker.
all fun.
Yeah, play poker for free.
Come and tilt the nearest person near you.
Yeah. So go to NevadaPokerLeague.com and you can find out where they're playing, and $50,000 in cash and prizes, plus just a whole lot of fun playing poker. If you need to get away from the tables in Vegas, things not going so well, or maybe you busted out and need to try and roll that bankroll back up get back in the game, check it out, NevadaPokerLeague.com. And, of course, don't forget Bob Lusk and the team at Blue Rail, our website provider, and, of course, host site on RogueWire.com, which you should be on, Nate. You should move the Big Ass Poker Show over there. I think you should do that.
It comes to a team vote, sir.
Yeah, well, vote now. But we appreciate you checking out RogueWire.com. All sorts of great news and fun stories on there, and of course the home of our show, and of course BlueRail.net. If you need a website, they're hosting for $9 a month. $9 a month.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Plus, they can do anything you need. I mean, it's business services, anything for e-commerce, whatever. They've got it covered at BlueRail.net. So would recommend giving Bob a call, 522-820-5128. That's 522-820-5128. Yeah. Good stuff. Lots of good stuff.
And I'll be working with him real soon.
Good.
Building a site.
Well, that's how you do it. All you do is call Bob. Right? He builds it. He builds it quickly, builds it right. And I can tell you from personal experience, Bob has always been fantastic, incredibly responsive. We're going to do some new stuff on our site too here pretty soon. But yeah, great. Check it out. BlueRail.net, like color blue. Rail is in a railroad, or getting run out of town on a rail. That's happened to Nate and me a couple of times.
No.
Nah.
The rail? What am I ever doing on the rail?
No, you get run out on a rail.
Yeah.
I want to try and call this guy. We haven't done Skype roulette for a while. This really isn't Skype roulette, but I want to see if this guy his Skype's on. So I'm going to call him because I got to wish this dude a very happy birthday.
Uh-oh. Who is it?
Kelly Kellner of the Canadian Poker Tour and Poker Vision, soon to be Poker Vision. So let's see if he's around by any chance. I don't know if he is or not, but I do want to wish Kelly Kellner either way a happy birthday.
Yeah, from everybody at the Mark Hoke Show.
Yeah. Kelly's been a great friend of the show. Got us a couple Canadian gigs. Nope, could not get Kelly Kellner online, but I wanted to give it a shot. But happy birthday, Kelly. We had Kelly just here on the show on Friday, I think. Friday or Saturday. Somewhere in that ballpark. And if you don't remember and you missed it, just search Mark Hoke on YouTube. We've got all our video shows up there as well.
Including the interview with Phil Ivey at the WSOP this summer.
There's all sorts of fun stuff up there. It's just a regular hootenanny of poker on that YouTube channel. So check that out. And of course, don't forget to download the KLAV shows and other podcasts we have on at markhokeshow.podbean.com, or you can go to iTunes too. I kind of like when they go to Podbean, though.
So they can listen to all of them?
Yeah, they're all there. I mean, they're all there either way. But I kind of dig the Podbean because I get good stats from that. It's very helpful. We're pulling a lot of hits on there, by the way. I don't know if you saw that. I haven't showed you the chart for a while, but it's pretty darned good. So we appreciate everybody out there listening to us. I know we're up on a couple of sites too, like Poker Fuse and God, now I'm blanking. I'm on some. Oh, and I think our Rounders Radio, we're up on there too. So thanks to those guys for hosting the show on that. Oh, but man, what a great day, Nate! 2 champions crowned over here already. We got a $150 buy-in fun fest with a $150,000 guarantee being played over here, right in front of us. Got another flight coming up here at 6 p.m. I believe is the start time. Let me grab that for you real quick. Yeah. Wait, 7 p.m. So flight 1F starts at 7 post-meridian Eastern time here. If you want to come down and play some poker. I mean, dude, $150 for a $150,000 prize pool?
That's awesome.
It's ridiculous is what it is.
They're definitely expecting a lot of people, so everybody get down there and play some cards. Take home a major amount of money for $150. Really?
Yeah. I mean, that's probably going to be a 5-figure score on that one.
That's so amazing.
I know. They do it right down here.
Oh, it'll definitely be a 5-figure score.
Yeah. Can't wait to see the $2 million guarantee event, too. That should be a pretty wild one, too. As the poker calendar kind of clears out right around there and gives everybody a chance to get down here and play. Borgata Open ending, the Heartland Poker Tour ending. We had WPT event just finished up. I think there's a Montreal series that's going to be wrapping up right before that. So the world should be converging here on Hollywood, Florida, in just a couple of weeks for that main event right after Thanksgiving. That's a $2 million guarantee, Nate. $2 million guarantee. $3,500 buy-in on that. Lots of fun.
If you're listening and you want to live vicariously through a very good poker player or team of poker players, contact me.
Yeah, there you go.
We're looking for a steak.
There you go.
I got the airfare. I just need the steak.
Hey, and I got to tell you, we may have a very special guest coming over here in just a second. This will be perfect. What a way to wrap the show up.
Angel or Bruce?
Angel.
Angel. Voo.
We'll get her. She's chit-chatting right now, and she looks like she'll be over here in just a couple of minutes or seconds here. She's coming over to say hi, so we'll get her on the show. Her second championship in her short career. And, yeah, I'm on air right now. Come on my show, please. Yeah, there you go.
No begging.
I don't have to beg when it comes to Angel. Angel actually likes me. I've seen Angel drunk, so it's all good. Let's get Angel.
That's the secret.
Yeah, just throw him on. You're good.
This way?
Yeah, that's good.
All right.
Because we have Nate Dowland over here too, and Nate's a big fan. So
I am a big fan. Congratulations, Angel. That was an amazing finish.
Lean into that mic, and congratulations to you, Angel. Your second championship. But I'll tell you what a grueling fight that was to win this thing.
Oh, I know you witnessed it. You were right there in the front row.
Yeah, that was a tough one last night. Tell us a little bit about that three-handed, because that was really the key to winning this whole thing. How difficult was that? And just the ride you went on was ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. I got really unlucky when I got queens against nines and ace king, and the pocket nines hit the 9, put me back to like almost zero, but I got a little bit left from the ace king. So I basically have like 100,000, which is like 10 big blind at the time.
Right.
So I was like the cheap. I was the cheap leader when it's go to 3 peoples, and I lost a few hands. Got down to like 200 something. That hand really put me short. And then the 3-handed again when I have ace queen, ace against the big stack got ace king. I got ace queen. The short stack got ace 9. And I flop ace queen. That was amazing.
Have you ever seen in a 3-handed situation like that, going 3 ways twice with somebody trying to
Twice.
win the tournament.
Yes, and the big stack have ace king both time and lost.
I know that was unbelievable.
It was unbelievable.
So then you fought your way back. You got to 3 a.m. and you guys had the choice of either staying and playing it out, or stopping and coming back today. And you were insistent that you wanted to go home, get some rest, take it easy. Why did you, other than the fatigue factor, was there any other reason why you wanted to stop play last night?
First of all, I has been playing all day, and I don't feel like I'm at my best game because I'm getting tired. I'm getting sleepy and getting tired, and my judgment is not very clear when I'm tired. I want to play when I'm at my best mentally. So I feel like getting up, like get some sleep, getting up early in the morning, get my games ready, my strategy ready, my game plan for the day, boost up my confidence. I feel like I'm going to be able to win this tournament because I don't want a job. I want to win it outright. I want a trophy. So I feel like I need a night to get my head together. And
Now,
that was the right decision.
Now, you said that there was some, you did a lot of studying last night and some, reviewing of what happened yesterday. What did you bring into today that you applied that, not only won, but you got it done so fast?
Yeah. Well, the article that I was reading was really helpful at the point that it said that, well, I'm not very experienced in heads up because you know that I've been only play poker for a short time. So for me, playing heads up is like a new area that I don't have a lot of experience in, and a lot of time I don't know what's the right decision to make when I have a certain hands, because heads up poker is totally different than like a full table poker. So the article was be able to help me understanding what the starting hands is. How should I play my ace? How should I play my pocket pairs in a certain starting hands? And it stated that the aggression in heads up poker is very, very important, because if you keep folding, you're gonna win. You're gonna lose 30% of your hand just by being blind. 30% of your stack just by being blind out. So aggression is the key in heads up poker, and I was being very aggressive at the beginning, because at the beginning stage, the two players going to the game with a normal balanced state of mind. Nobody's on two. Nobody been losing. So it was balanced, so nobody's gonna try to be too creative about their hands, the way they play a hand. So with the opponent mindset, it's good for you to be aggressive, because they're not gonna try to play back at you unless they really have a hand.
Right.
So that's exactly what I did. When he raised me, I would 3-bet him with basically any 2 cards. And he folded to my 3-bet because he was, like, with my observation yesterday, he was a very tight player. He's only play back at me when he have a really good hand. So I was being able to get chips out of him in a situation that I didn't have a winning hand. And so at the beginning, I get a lot. I won like a few pots, and then he become short stack, and then we get to the hand when I river a flush higher than his flush. That is when it's crippled him to like basically less than 10 big blind, and then he went all in with ace deuce versus my ace 5, and I flopped another flush.
Yeah. Well, let me go back to the first flush, because obviously I think it was like a 10 high flush against a 9 high flush, something along that line,
Yeah.
if I remember right. That's still a tough spot to be in when you're even if you're at a 10 high flush, you got to be a little bit worried about a bigger one. What had you convinced that you had the best hand on that?
Well, I actually wasn't convinced that I has the best hand. That's why I just call instead of re-raise. First of all, I have 700,000 at the time, and he had 300,000. And I have 9-10 of spade on the button. I raise, he call, so that tell me he doesn't have an ace in his hand. The flop come ace jack 6 to 1 spade. Ace jack 6, 1 spade. He check. I decided to check. The turn come a 3 of spade. So he bet 25,000 on the turn. I pick up a spade draw. I call 25,000 on turn. The river come an ace of spade. So it's pair the board now. He check, and I bet 70,000. and he raised to 200,000. And this guy, I have been playing with him all night yesterday. Every time he raised on the river, and his hand is shaking, he looked nervous. He had the hand, like he have it. So I was kind of worried because my 10 high flush is not the nut. He could have a full house, but it's really like it doesn't make sense for me at all that he have a full house, because if he have an ace, he probably would re-raise me pre-flop.
Right, exactly.
So I did not put him on a. If he have a pair in his hand, he probably would re-raise me pre-flop too. So like I ruled out the chance that he have a full house at that point, and feel like he really liked the river. So I feel like he have a flush, but because my 10 high flush is still gonna lose to king high flush and queen high flush. So I decided just to call instead of going all in on top, because he still have about a little bit less than 100,000 behind. So I decided to just call, because if I was certain that I have the best hand, I would re-raise all in on top. But because I wasn't certain, so I just call. I wasn't gonna lay down my 10 high flush.
Yeah, very smart play. And then of course you left him with near nothing, and you hit hit a flush with that ace-5 against the ace-deuce right off the bat. It's over. You're up. I saw you up shaking his hand while the cards were getting dealt out. How you feeling right now?
I feel like I'm flying somewhere. Like it's not even like I feel like it happened so quick, because I was expecting I do all the studying and I get myself prepared for at least 2 or 3 hours of playing, and when it's happened that quick, I'm loving it. Of course, who would complain about an easy win? I'm very, very fortunate. I feel like I'm so lucky. But on top of that, I take the game very seriously. I don't come in and just expect to win. I did my job. I study hard. I overcome my weakness like every day. Every time I lose, every time somebody beat me in a tournament, I tell myself it's not anybody else's fault. It's my fault. And I go home, I work on my weakness. I basically beat myself up until I get better. And so this tournament, I feel like I have played the best poker that I have ever played so far, because I was able to be disciplined to fold my big hands when I have the exact read on my opponent. And I was able to play some hands against really, really good players that I get payoff. I feel like my games have improved for sure.
So when are we going to start seeing you get out on the circuit a little bit more? I mean, you of course won Player of the Year for the series down here for the Seminole Hard Rocks this last season, and now picking up another championship. You're on fire.
I am on fire.
Are we going to start seeing you out in Vegas and getting around a little bit soon?
Of course. I would really love to. Like last time I take a chance in Vegas, I didn't do very well. I guess because I'm still like a baby fish, I need time to grow.
But you get plenty of action down in Florida anyway.
Absolutely. And this is my hometown. And, when you run good in some place, like, it's weird how it goes. Like, I go play in Punta Cana, Dominican Republic last 2 weeks. I didn't do anything there. As soon as I get back to Hard Rock, Hollywood, I won a tournament. So it was like when you run good somewhere, that's the place you need to be.
There's no place like home.
Is that your home room? Is that where you consider your home?
I've considered this is my second home. Besides my home, this is my second home.
It's where you feel comfortable and confident. That's what matters.
Absolutely. Confidence is everything into this game.
Well, now you got a few more tournaments to go in this series and the main event.
Absolutely. I'm definitely
second
going
one,
to be
maybe?
in the WSOP because I got the ticket to the main event already.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, good for you.
Thank you.
Well, I want to congratulate you. A pleasure as always. Now, I think the last question I ask you is, are we going to have a couple more drinks? I know it only takes 2 to get you going.
Absolutely. You know how generous I am. You're going to get wasted tonight. Especially it's my birthday
woo-hoo.
Coming up.
Oh, that's right.
I got to get on a plane.
Yeah, you got to go.
Yeah, so this trophy is a nice gift for me. It's my birthday month. Hopefully, I'll do good in the main.
Yeah,
That's the one that really counts.
Well, we'll look forward to seeing you in there and maybe picking up that main event championship too. Congratulations.
You so much.
You're awesome.
Thank you.
All right.
Congratulations, Angel.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
we're going to see this woman out there on the circuit a little bit more. I think this is a name that everybody is going to enjoy having out there and getting out and seeing what she can do in the poker world. So, Angel, congratulations.
Yay.
Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
You got it. Angel Vu, everybody.
Thank you.
The champ of the $1,100 Six Max event number 5 here at the Seminole Hard Rock.
And she was the champion in their last series. That's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
Talk about running great.
She's still staying, too. She wants to hang out.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, why not? Well,
What do you want me to do?
Well, we're actually going to be wrapping the show up.
Okay.
I was waiting for you.
All right. So, goodbye.
All right, Angel, thanks for coming over. Appreciate it.
Well, Mark, sounds like you got some elbow workouts to do.
Yeah, I might be lifting a drink or two tonight. That's
fantastic.
Awesome. Yeah.
Don't let him be lonely.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, that young lady has got a great head on her shoulders. She is so focused, and watching her play again last night, just did an amazing job. I mean, there are a lot of situations that she could have been out of that tournament. Yeah, and she did crack kings and aces last night when she was short stack. So certainly that didn't hurt. But I'll tell you what, the way she handles herself at the table and the discipline that she has is incredible. And I got to tell you, you got to be watching out for her, kids, because she is something else, and she's a great person too, which is always nice to see.
Definitely.
Yeah.
It's nice to see a friendly face at the table, but also know that they're very dangerous to your chip stack.
I wouldn't want to play her. I would not want to play her. I don't think we ended up at the same table in the charity tournament when I was down there the last time. I was just like, God, don't put her over here too. Please, for the love of God, don't put her over here. She is tough. So, wow. So, managed to get a champion on the show here. And, of course, there'll be so many more crowned here at the Seminole Hard Rock and Roll Poker Open as we continue on with our coverage. Of course, we're going to be on here just about every day. We won't be on here tomorrow because we have our KLAV show at KLAV1230am.com at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. So you can join us there. But for the most part, 3 p.m. Eastern time every day as we bring you more updates and news and guests from the poker world. And, of course, some of the great local heroes here at Seminole.
And you had Kim Shannon on yesterday.
Yeah, we did.
And I didn't hear about it until a little afterwards, so I definitely have to go back and listen to that. I love Kim.
Yep, and those shows are up on YouTube. Just search Mark Hoke, and you'll be able to check those shows out. But speaking of checking shows out, we're going to check out Call It a Day
tomorrow. So
Chad Holloway will be joining us, and I'm sure you and Joe will be in the studio hopefully tomorrow. I'll be calling in, as will Chad, and so you guys will keep the studio under control. And
tonight I'll be on Tilt Radio, 6 p.m.
All right,
Pacific.
Sounds good. So that's going to do it for us. Of course, make sure you follow the blog, shrpo.com. We'll have all the action. I think we're going to be doing some player pieces tonight because we just have this wrapping up this the final flights for the $150,000 guarantee event going on, and that's really about it other than some side events. So it should be a fun night down here, and we're going to be back again tomorrow once again on KLAV 12:30 a.m. with Chad Holloway. Not bad. So, Nate, thank you for joining us. Appreciate it. Of course,
my pleasure.
Always a great time. And, kids, we will see you tomorrow on KLAV 12:30 a.m. Thanks for being with us, everybody. Congratulations to Bruce McGregor and Angel Vu, champions crowned this afternoon. And we'll see you again tomorrow night at 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific on the Mark Hoke Show. Have a great afternoon.